Bhagavati Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sati Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauramani Pracharine Nirviseshasha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasha Kripa Sindhu Vaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 39. I'm going to share the... Okay. So, text 39. Namo Namaste Akhila Mantra Devata Dravyaya Sarva Kratave Kriyatmane Vairagya Bhaktyat Majaya Nubhavita Jnanaya Vidya Guruve Namo Namaha. O Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are worshipable by universal prayers, Vedic hymns, and sacrificial ingredients. We offer our obeisances unto you. You can be realized by the pure mind, freed from all visible and invisible material contamination. We offer our respectful obeisances to you as the supreme spiritual master of knowledge in devotional service. So the great sages are continuing their glorification of Lord Varahadev. The qualification of bhakti or devotional service to the Lord is that the devotee should be free from all material contaminations and desires. This freedom is called vairagya or renouncement of material desires. So we see we do not need to artificially renounce anything. We engage in bhakti, automatically we will get gyan and vairagya. Because when we do bhakti, we will get gyan, and with that gyan, we will get vairagya. So that is real, that's real renouncement, real detachment, not artificial. So that's the qualification of bhakti, the free from all material contaminations and desires. But how do we become free from all contamination and desires? By engaging in bhakti. So it's the process also, and it's the goal. It's by engaging in bhakti, by hearing and chanting, our desires will get purified. And then we will be qualified to engage in pure devotional service. So it's both. One who engages in devotional service to the Lord according to regulative principles is automatically freed from material desires. And in that pure state of mind, one can realize the personality of Godhead. So we just have to follow. We have to follow according to rules and regulations. We are asked to hear and chant, worship the deity. We follow that. Then gradually it will happen. The personality, and we will realize the personality of God. And Krishna says, as we surrender to that degree, he reveals himself to us. So what is that surrender? Surrender is engaging in bhakti. Means understanding, oh, I'm a servant of Krishna. Krishna is saying, you surrender to me. Means what? Means he's the master, we are the servant. That's his last word in Bhagavad Gita. He says, surrender unto me. So surrender, then what do we have to do? Oh, we have to hear and chant. That is what is being the mood of a servant. We follow. And just by doing such a simple thing, we will realize the Supreme Lord. But yet it's so difficult. Many say, no, cannot hear and chant, cannot. But we have to, well, Lord Nityananda's mood was he would beg everyone to chant Hare Krishna mantra. And we are coming in his line, so we should also have that mood. The personality of Godhead being situated in everyone's heart instructs the devotee regarding pure devotional service so that he may ultimately achieve the association of the Lord. So Krishna is there within our heart. He knows our heart and he is guiding us. He is guiding us externally and internally. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 10.10 as follows. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. To one who constantly engages in devotional service of the Lord with faith and love, the Lord certainly gives the intelligence to achieve him at the ultimate end. So we just continue to engage in bhakti. Krishna will give us the intelligence how to come to him. One has to conquer the mind, and one may do it by following the Vedic rituals and by performing different types of sacrifice. The ultimate end of all those performances is to attain bhakti or the devotional service of the Lord. So controlling mind and senses, controlling the mind and senses is the doorway to bhakti. Why we have to control the mind and senses? So that we can engage in bhakti. So the Vedas, a big portion of the Vedas, they teach us how to control mind and senses. Why? So that we can engage in bhakti. But if we take up the bhakti process, then mind and senses will automatically be controlled. So without bhakti, one cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no other way to understand the Supreme Lord. No amount of gyan or knowledge, no amount of renunciation can help us to understand the Supreme Lord. It's only with bhakti that we can understand him. Why? Because that's the natural position of each and every living entity. That's our natural position. Our natural position is eternal loving relationship with Krishna. So with bhakti, we are reviving that relationship. We are being situated in that relationship. The original personality of Godhead or his innumerable expansions of Vishnu are the only objects of worship by all the Vedic rituals and sacrificial performances. So all such vast Vedas, so many rituals, so many sacrifices. There's so many recommended in the Vedas. Vedas are so vast. And what's the aim? To satisfy the Supreme Lord, to worship and glorify Lord Vishnu and his incarnations. So that's the reason they say that one who's chanting the holy name means he has understood the essence of all the Vedas, because the holy name is the glorification of the Lord. By chanting his names, we are glorifying him. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Damstra krakotya bhagavams tvaya drita virajate bhudara bhusabhudhara yatha vanan nihasarato datadrita matan gajendrasya sapatra padmini. O lifter of the earth with its mountains, which you have lifted with your tusks, is situated as beautifully as a lotus flower with leaves sustained by an infuriated elephant just coming out of the water. The fortune of the earth planet is praised because of its being specifically sustained by the Lord. Its beauty is appreciated and compared to that of a lotus flower situated on the trunk of an elephant. As a lotus flower with leaves is very beautifully situated, so the world, with its many beautiful mountains, appeared on the tusks of the Lord boar. So this is also a very nice analogy is given, that as an elephant holds a lotus flower when he's coming out of the water, similarly the earth looked like that when she was held by Varahadev on the tusks. She looked like a lotus with the leaves. And the fortune of the earth, because she's being touched, personally touched by the Lord. So she's very fortunate to be touched personally by the Lord. So text 41. Trayimayam rupam idam cha saukaram bhu mandalena tadata dhritena te chakasti shringoda ghanena bhuyasa kula chalendrasya yatheva vibramaha. O Lord, as the peaks of great mountains become beautiful when decorated with clouds, your transcendental body has become beautiful because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks. The word Vibramaha is significant. Vibramaha means illusion as well as beauty. When a cloud rests on the peak of a great mountain, it appears to be sustained by the mountain. And at the same time, it looks very beautiful. It is a beautiful scene, you know, when you see the clouds and the mountains like that, it looks. Similarly, the Lord has no need to sustain the earth on his tasks. But when he does so, the world becomes beautiful, just as the Lord becomes more beautiful because of his pure devotees on the earth. Although the Lord is the transcendental personification of the Vedic hymns, he has become more beautiful because of his appearance to sustain the earth. So the Lord, when he performs his pastimes, the pure devotees also look more beautiful and the Lord also look more beautiful. You know, it's a loving relationship. It's a loving reciprocal relationship between the Lord and the devotees. So it is like how when the jewel, when a diamond is set in a gold, then the gold also looks more beautiful and the diamond also looks more beautiful. So the Lord and his pure devotees are compared to like that. You know, so the earth is also looking more beautiful. The Lord is also looking more beautiful. So we can see, Lord is a person. He's a person. You know, he loves to have loving relationships with his devotees, perform beautiful pastimes with his devotees. Samsthapayenam jagatam sattastusham lokaya patnim asimataram pita videma chasye namasa sahatvaya yasyam svetajo agnim ivarana adhaha. O Lord, for the residential purposes of all inhabitants, both moving and non-moving, this earth is your wife, and you are the Supreme Father. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you, along with Mother Earth, in whom you have invested your own potency, just as an expert sacrificer puts fire in the arani wood. Okay. So the so-called law of gravitation, which sustains the planets, is described herein as the potency of the Lord. So the scientists, they say, okay, there's a law of gravity which keeps everything in its place. But who is the creator of that law of gravity? That is the Supreme Lord. He's the one who is the creator of this law of gravity. It is his energy, his potency. This potency is invested by the Lord in the way that an expert sacrificial Brahmana puts fire in the arani wood by the potency of Vedic mantras. So the expert Brahmanas before, how they would light the sacrificial fire, not by an external fire, but by chanting the mantras. By chanting the mantras, they could invoke the fire, start the sacrificial fire. Now hardly we can see anyone who can do that. Now we need lighters and matchsticks to light the sacrificial fire. But the Brahmanas could just by chanting the mantra, invoke the fire. By this arrangement, the world becomes habitable for both the moving and non-moving creatures. So Krishna, the way he has arranged the earth, the world, it's because of his potency, the way he has organized it, that we are able to live here. How he has put the atmosphere, he's made arrangements for water, for air, sun, everything. It's Krishna who has made this arrangement so that we can live on this earth. The conditioned souls who are residents of the material world are put in the womb of Mother Earth in the same way the seed of a child is put by the father in the womb of the mother. This conception of the Lord and the earth as father and mother is explained in Bhagavad Gita 14.4. So we know that when Lord Mahavishnu, when he glances, then all the living entities are put inside this material universe. So he's the original seed-giving father. And we have this residence on this earth. She's maintaining us. So that's why we call her Mother Earth. She's the one who's giving us, bringing us up, maintaining us. The seed is given by Lord Krishna, but she is bringing us up like a mother. So conditioned souls are devoted to the motherland in which they take their birth, but they do not know their father. The mother is not independent in producing children. And so we get attached. Oh, I was born in this particular country. So we get attached to that particular land. This is my country. But who's the father? The father is Krishna for everyone, all living entities. Similarly, Mother Nature cannot produce living creatures unless in contact with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us to offer obeisances unto the Mother, along with the Father, the Supreme Lord, because it is the Father only who impregnates the Mother with all energies for the sustenance and maintenance of all living beings, both moving and non-moving. So many people, they think that the material nature is all in all, that we are her creations. We are not her creations. She's maintaining us, yes. She is providing us these facilities, but the seed-giving father is Krishna, and he has made the arrangements. He has made all these different laws and the different arrangements for us to live here in this material world. So that's important to understand. We are not taught in the schools. We are taught only about the laws of nature or the different characteristics like flower. Then we are taught flower. Then we are taught the different parts of the flower. Now I forget, there's some corolla and I forget now. Anyway, but who's the one who created it? Who's the one who put so many colors and there's a fragrance when you smell the flowers? How come? Who's put it there? That's Krishna. That we are not taught in schools. That is important. Ka shraddha ti tan yatam stava prabho rasam gataya bhuva udvibarhanam na vishamya asav tvai vishva vishmaye yomaye yadam sasrije ati vishmayam. Who else but you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could deliver the earth from within the water? It is not very wonderful for you. However, because you acted most wonderfully in the creation of the universe, By your energy, you have created this wonderful cosmic manifestation. So Krishna, he can pick up the earth. It's not a big deal at all for him. If we were to pick up the earth, how would we do it? You know, we can't even pick up a big heavy table. What to think of the earth? If we have to pick up the table, a big heavy table by ourselves, we can't do that. Krishna can. When a scientist discovers something impressive, to the ignorant mass of people, the common man, without inquiry, accepts such a discovery as wonderful. But the intelligent man is not struck with wonder by such discoveries. He gives all credit to the person who created the wonderful brain of the scientist. So what's being said is the scientists, they are very intelligent, and that's the reason they can make these discoveries of the different laws, law of gravity, or the law of motion. You know, there's so many discoveries. So it requires a great deal of intelligence. Then who has made the scientist so intelligent? That is a question. That is a sign of intelligence. Oh, how come the scientist is so intelligent? A common man is also struck with wonder by the wonderful action of material nature, and he gives all credit to the cosmic manifestation. The learned Krishna conscious person, however, knows well that behind the cosmic manifestation is the brain of Krishna, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharam. So not everyone asks, who is the creator? Everyone just says, wow, nature is so wonderful, it's so beautiful. You know, when we go, maybe, I don't know if you'll have had the experience, we go somewhere where really nature, we are so awestruck, oh, so beautiful, so magnificent. You know, we see something maybe like I don't know if you'll have had the experience. We see something and we're like awestruck.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
That's right. Yes. And then we say, I'll say, oh, this is God. This nature is God, right?
Yeah.
God's
So then,
creation, God. Yeah.
yeah, creation of God. Yeah, but because you have higher understanding, so you are saying creation of God, you know. But many people, they just think, oh, nature is so wonderful because nature is independent by herself. But intelligent people like you will say, oh, yes, oh, it's the creation of God. So how wonderful is he? How beautiful is he? If his creation is so beautiful, how beautiful is he, you know? Since Krishna can direct the wonderful cosmic manifestation, it is not at all wonderful for him to assume the gigantic form of a boar and thus deliver the earth from the mire of the water. So many people might say, oh, how Krishna can do that? How can he take a body of a boar, jump inside the Garbhodaka ocean, which is unlimited, it's what was mentioned, and then pick up such a huge earth on his task and place her back in the orbit? How can it be possible? But why not? Why cannot it be possible for God? He can do anything and everything. We cannot put limitations on God based on our tiny, limited imagination and brain. Krishna can do anything inconceivable. So a devotee is therefore not astonished to see the wonderful boar because he knows that the Lord is able to act far more wonderfully by his potencies, which are inconceivable to the brain of even the most erudite scientist. So what a scientist cannot understand, although a scientist is so intelligent by material calculation, but a devotee can understand, because a devotee can understand the Lord. Well, not fully, but to whatever degree the Lord reveals us. But because a devotee knows, oh yeah, the Lord can do anything. Why not? He's created each of so many of us in our on this in this material world, you know, and he's providing for everyone. He's providing even for an ant who eats so little in a day, and he's providing even for an elephant who eats tons and tons of food a day. So Krishna can do anything. Anything to add or comment? Anyone would like to share when they felt, oh wow, how Krishna can be so amazing or so inconceivable? Or just now, like how Sneha was saying that, you know, when we see the nature also, we say, oh wow, how beautiful is this? No? Then we have 4 minutes, not sure. Okay, so we can try to finish this. Vidunvata Vedamayam Nijam Vapur Janas Tapa Satya Nivashino Vayam Sata Shikho Dutta Shivambu Bindube Vimrajyamana Vrisham Isha Pavitaha. O Supreme Lord, undoubtedly we are inhabitants of the most pious planets, the Jana, Tapas, and Satya Lokas, but still we have been purified by the drops of water sprinkled from your shoulder hairs by the shaking of your body. Ordinarily, the body of a hog is considered impure, but one should not consider that the hog incarnation assumed by the Lord is also impure. So a pig's body is impure, no? It's always in the dirt. A pig is always rolling about in all kinds of dirty things. So his body is impure. But when the Lord is taking this form, his body is not impure. His body is transcendental, Satchidananda. That form of the Lord is the personified Vedas and is transcendental. The inhabitants of the Jana, Tapas, and Satya Lokas are the most pious persons in the material world. But because those planets are situated in the material world, there are so many material impurities there also. So when we see how the planets are placed, the Jana, Tapas, and Satya Lokas are even above the Swargalok. Above Swargalok, there's the Maharlok. Then after that comes Janalok, Tapaslok, Satyalok. So these personalities are very, very, compared to us, they're very pure, very highly qualified, very controlled in mind and senses, very pious. But still, these planets are in the material world. So there will still be the material impurities will be there. Therefore, when the drops of water from the tips of the Lord's shoulder hairs were sprinkled upon the bodies of the inhabitants of the higher planets, they felt purified. So they were not directly touched by the Lord. The earth was directly touched by the Lord, but they were touched by the water which had touched the Lord. So like Ganga Jal, you know, why Ganga Ji is so pure? Because she has touched the lotus feet of Krishna. So she is so pure, and that's why we want to bathe in her to get purified. Or the Jamuna, you know, because the Lord has touched that water. The Ganges, it's mentioned here. Okay, the Ganges water is pure because of its emanating from the toe of the Lord. And there is no difference between the water emanating from the toe and that from the tips of the hair on the shoulder of Lord Buddha. They are both absolute and transcendental. So the Ganges water is transcendental because she has touched the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Is that okay?
Yes. And also the inhabitants of the Jana, Tapas, and Satya Lokas, their body is still material, right? Made out of elements.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Being in the material, that's why, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, still material body, yes. Yeah, although they are so qualified.
Qualified, right? Yeah.
But yet in the
Yes.
material world, material body. Yes. So we can see, even if we go to the higher planets, we're still going to be here. We're still going to be here. So there's really no way out, There's really no way out. It's like, we get cornered. You get cornered, and then what you do? Then you have to give up. You have to raise your hands. Okay, I surrender to you. There's really no way out, Krishna.
So that means the Jana, Tapa, Satya Lokas all are also same in Maha Tattva, right? Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Everything is inside this Mahatattva, and they are in our universe. In our universe, this upper planetary systems. Yes.
Oh.
And Satyalok is where Lord Brahma lives. That's Lord Brahma's planet. It's the highest planet.
I thought there's Brahmalok, no?
It's both. You can
higher than Satyalok is Brahmalok, no?
It's the same. Satyalok is also called Brahmalok.
Brahmalok. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for joining in today morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.